Words like unprecedented and challenging are used to describe the times we are in. Teachers face perhaps more challenges than ever when it comes to reconciling the needs of their students with the demands of the world around them. Students need more support in building skills like critical thinking, innovations, social emotional awareness, executive functioning, emotional regulation. The list continues. Despite such an extensive list, every teaching challenge that arises leads me to think music can do that. And while research has consistently proven that access to the arts provides benefits to individual learners, I would like to address a broader and perhaps more timely concern. Our communities need healing and repair. Communities across cultures, across generations, across belief systems. I believe that cultivating intercultural and intergenerational relationships will strengthen our communities and schools, and that music and the arts, as they have been for centuries, are at the heart of those relationships. Many doors between cultural groups have been slammed shut in recent history, whether through politics, ideologies, media, technology, or lingering feelings of isolation from the pandemic. This disconnection is deeply impacting our schools, but those doors can be opened again. Music can do that. My first teaching job was at an elementary school in New Hampshire. It was the middle of the school year when our English language learners teacher informed me it would be Eren's first day of school, in our school, and that he spoke no English. With no time to process or change my plans, I welcomed Eren with smiles and gestures, and picked up my guitar to continue the song we had been singing in his second grade class. After a few repetitions of the chorus, Eren was in. Turns out this enthusiastic boy loved singing. His classmates were taken by the way his enthusiasm caused him to leap out of his seat and blast out each chorus at the top of his little lungs in a beautiful Turkish accent. Eren, in his excitement to join in the culture of his new home, had found himself an open door through the song we were singing in English. So naturally, we decided to open another door for him, and in turn for his classmates and me, by singing in Turkish. A quick internet search for Turkish folk songs returned this perfect result. Ali Baba'nın bir çiftliği var, çiftliğinde kuzuları var, mi diye bağırır, çiftliğinde Ali Baba'nın. Does it sound familiar? Perhaps not yet. The second I started singing to introduce the song, Eren launched from his seat, jumping up and down, pointing emphatically to the projector screen and singing along. That day, Eren became our teacher and shared a bit of his world with us. The students were delighted to learn the song, especially when they learned the English translation. Ali Baba, he had a little farm, and on that farm he had some little lambs. Ba, ba, cry his little lambs on the farm of Ali Baba. Now, does it sound a bit more familiar? The American students could not believe that Turkey had its very own Old MacDonald. And they celebrated the idea that they could share something in common with someone from 5,000 miles away. What once felt like two entirely different worlds became two rooms in the same house, joined by a door that was opened by music. Music can do that, and it did. Time and again, I have witnessed the power of music to connect folks from different backgrounds, generations, and beliefs. Maine State Representative Tracy Geer recently told me about one inspiring instance of this. She and her colleagues from both sides of the aisle sing in the bipartisan choral ensemble of the Maine State Legislature. Another might be for anyone who has been at a Red Sox game and joined in on a round of Sweet Caroline, ba, 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 with over 30,000 fellow spectators. Perhaps you have sung Happy Birthday to You to a complete stranger at a restaurant. When we feel as though we have access to this chance to connect, it is difficult not to jump, just like my friend Eren, at the opportunity. Not all stories of community building feature folks who are leaping at the opportunity, however. This was the case for my juniors who had signed up for the Clover Manor Memory Care Facility on our Community Service Day, one of my favorite days at Pullman Regional High School. Students learn on this day that service happens in many forms: physical labor, reading to young children, or singing with folks in a memory care unit. The 12 juniors who had signed up to join me knew they would be visiting senior citizens, but had not been informed that they would be singing. I was met by a mild revolt from the students. Wait, I don't sing, I can't sing, we can't do that. Anchored to our plan through the promise of keeping our word, we spent our time on the bus flipping through our packets of American standards and half learning songs like Goodnight Irene. We managed to pull together a fairly successful sing-along until one woman requested a song we didn't know at all. No problem, the woman began singing and her friends joined in, and soon, so did my students. Smiling and swaying, these 17-year-old kids, just like Irene, found their way to the familiar chorus. You look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Once again, I watched the door between two worlds, two generations, swing wide open and connect strangers. We left Clover Manor after visiting two more of the wards, each more difficult than the former, as folks were more advanced in their memory loss. Students witnessed one woman who had become nonverbal sing along with me and make eye contact as we sang "It Is Well With My Soul" in an impromptu duet. "How did that happen? I didn't know music could do that," they exclaimed. Yes, music can do that. On our way out the door, 5 students requested volunteer forms so they could visit regularly. The next year, 6 students from that group were in my chorus class because they craved more of the connection they felt that day. Music cannot fix all of our problems, but it is a door through which we gain access to understanding each other and finding joy in shared humanity. Maintaining access to music education in schools gives students keys to open that door. I'm inspired as I witness the ways music and the arts play a role in healing our communities and the world. And I'm honored that I get to be a part of that work. I encourage you to join me in that work, whether it be by attending your local school's concerts, writing to school administrators in support of performing arts programs, or perhaps even joining or creating a community ensemble in your area. Thank you for your time today and for your continued support of arts education in our schools.